And this was a fairly complex case, and we had an expert witness, psychologist, appointed.
Oh, I don't know where the phone line's going funny, and I'm on the absolute edge of my seat.
Well, I do hope this does have you on the edge of your seat. But hello there, and I do hope you're all well. Now, is this a fantastic caller's brilliant take on people like Boris Johnson? You know, narcissists. But before we get to that, I just want to set the scene a little bit with a clip of Spaffer at his privilege committee meeting. Don't worry, it's only a small one, where Conservative MP for Warrington South, Andy Carter, was quizzing him about a certain gathering. And the reason why I'm doing this clipping, because it gives a little excerpt what he was thinking and what was his thought process about this. And that's the main thing. So don't worry, it's only a slight clip.
In your written statement to us, paragraph 81.2, you say you don't believe that perfect compliance with social distancing was required by the guidance. If you believe this, why did you not make it clear when you told the House that the guidance was followed at all times?
Well, that's a very good question, Mr. Carter, and perhaps it would have been, perhaps it would have, as I think Sir Bernard said earlier on, perhaps if I'd elucidated more clearly what I meant and what I felt and believed about following the guidance, that would have helped.
No, I could have picked on any clip of a clearly rattled Spaffer, but when he talks about what he believed and what was going through his own head, bear that in mind, because yesterday, 5 minutes before James O'Brien was getting ready to start Mystery Hour, James was doing an hour on a conversation about what's it like living with a narcissist. He took a call from a woman who was a serving police officer, and what she had to say just really blew my mind.
Hi, James.
Hello.
I'm a police officer,
Yes.
and I was dealing with an investigation into controlling coercive behaviour, and I was interviewing the suspect, and prior to the interview, you know, he'd made so many provable lies throughout, you know, told to the victim and so on and others.
Yeah.
And in the interview process, he was almost apparently utterly convinced of his own truth. And
To the point that you were taken aback, despite all of your experience.
I had enough of a prior warning of what I was likely to get.
Yeah.
That it wasn't. He appeared to be entirely convinced of what he was saying,
Yes.
much as yesterday, as Mr. Johnson was. And this was a fairly complex case, and we had an expert witness, psychologist, appointed.
Oh, I don't know where the phone line's going funny, and I'm on the absolute edge of my seat. So can we improve the?
Okay.
Let's see how we get on.
Is
Go
that
on.
any better?
That's infinitely better. Carry on.
Yeah. Okay. So we had a expert witness, psychologist appointed to the case, accredited with the NCA and so on. You know, top notch. And I spoke to them after the interview, and I said to them, you know, I quizzed them and said, do they actually believe what they're saying to me? Because it's demonstrably, provably false.
Yes.
And they said to them, truth, objective truth, is an utter irrelevance. To this person, the only currency, the only thing that matters to them is what achieves their aim and their goal. And then I sort of got it more. I understood it more then. Because this person was intelligent. You know, they were articulate, educated, professional, you know, had... You know, there were question marks over their profession, but they were not. They weren't unintelligent.
No,
put it that way.
Clearly.
You know,
sophisticated.
And,
so in there because their manipulations are so sophisticated.
Oh, very much so.
Say that again. Say that bit again about objective truth.
Well, just that. For them,
They don't care. There's no such thing as objective truth.
Yes, it's utter irrelevance to them, because the only currency, the only thing that they are working with is what matters to them. And that really brought it home to me, and I understood it then, I think, a lot better.
Wow. That is like a skeleton key, isn't it? You just and I've touched on it. We've all touched on it. We've come, but to hear it put in those terms, in that context as well, of you being a detective and the psychologist being the expert witness, and just saying you've got to stop thinking in the terms of truth that you and I abide by. It doesn't
They're playing by a
apply.
completely different set of rules.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
playing it's like playing soccer with a rugby ball or something like that. It's
Exactly.
a completely different.
Exactly.
Did you get him?
Yeah.
Did he go down?
No. No. Not for that. Not for that. Let's
All
say.
right, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Well, that is
Through no fault of anybody's
No,
concerned.
I'm sure, but that even as a police, I mean, actually, don't go yet because you get lied to all the time across the interview table.
Yeah.
What was it about this guy that made him stand out so much?
He was, for one thing, really, really keen to give me huge amounts of detail. I've never interviewed anybody like them.
Right.
I had to tell them to stop talking. I had to threaten to suspend the interview numerous occasions because they just wanted to dominate and talk over the interview.
Well, I saw that yesterday as well. We saw that yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Just the volume of it, the volume and the plausibility were just remarkable to you.
And to everybody, the lies were to everybody he came into contact with, every single organisation, business, employment, family member, to everybody.
Wow. Thank you. The line went again at the end there. That is, you just stop thinking about it in terms of truth and think about it only in terms of moulding everything to your own ends, to your own selfish ends, up to and including becoming Prime Minister.
To them, truth, objective truth, is an utter irrelevance. And as James O'Brien always says, that was a penny drop moment for me, because the next caller totally agreed with what Emma had to say, and then talked about her harrowing tale. When anyone showed a damning picture of these gatherings, remember the Privilege Committee, with drinks in his hand, he'd deny reality, wouldn't he? Like, no, that wasn't a drink. That is an important document that I'm reading aloft in a farewell gesture. Bah! And it just goes to show his pursuit for political survival. No lie is low enough, is it? Or any pursuit from political survival to becoming Prime Minister. Also, when she talked about threatening to stop her interview with this guy, as he was trying to be overbearing, I suppose I should say, we saw that a few times on Wednesday, didn't we? So, I think the next time I see or hear Spaffer, I'll just remember that quote. To them, truth and objective truth are just an utter irrelevant. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.